hockey blog. Hey, Phoenix Coyotes declare bankruptcy. Jim Balsillie runs in there and offers $212.5 million for the team, like right away. So I want to talk about this particular thing and trying to predict where it might be going. We were all pretty surprised when this happened, but we weren't really surprised that they filed for bankruptcy. We knew for a few years now that Phoenix Coyotes have been losing money hand over fist, and pretty much like $100 bills like toilet paper. So I think in the last couple of years they've lost about $35 million or so a year. So I don't really blame Balsillie at all, because he's been really, really trying to get another team to the Southern Ontario area, and he seems to be blocked. That's just what it seems like. That's why I guess some Canadian fans think there's some kind of conspiracy going on here with this guy. Maybe they don't like the way he does business, but some Canadian people really want to see this happen. I'm going to go over maybe some of the reasons why it might happen, and then some of the other reasons why it might not happen. One of the reasons why it may happen is because really there's only three real qualifications, I guess, for really getting a team. Number one is you got to have the money to purchase the team. And this guy's really proven he has the freaking money. He's a freaking billionaire. Who doesn't have a freaking BlackBerry? So he's also tried to provide the Phoenix team with what's called DIP financing, which is debtor in possession financing in the tune of something like $15 million or so dollars more. And pretty much he's, at the request of the guy. So what does that really say? He's willing to sell the team to him if you give me the money to let me keep going. And he says, yeah, I got the money, I'm going to give it to you. Number two is you got to have a fan base to put teams in certain areas. And definitely if there's going to be another Southern Ontario team, there's enough fans here for at least 4 or 5 teams. So that's not an issue. An arena. I think what's going to happen if the team actually is brought here, it's going to be to Hamilton, Kitchener-Waterloo area, and it looks like they may be playing out of Cops Coliseum for maybe a year, maybe 2, and the arena is still good. It's not really up to NHL standards, but I'll give you an example. Remember the Ottawa Senators when they came into the league? Yeah, we seem to remember that fucking thing. The thing was like there was only one row of seats on one side of the ice, and the other one was like a concrete frickin' wall. And then who said you had to have a good arena to be accepted into the NHL? Someone was fleecing somebody's frickin' pockets there. A lot of these deals go forward with the intention that a good NHL arena is going to be built. And in the meantime, pretty much every single team in the league has an NHL, style arena. At this point, I don't really see what's really holding back this whole process, except for the legal ramifications of what went on with Bettman and the Phoenix owners. I can't remember his name right now. And it had something to do with the league support. And apparently, Phoenix owes them something like $35 million. And the NHL says, when you gave us the money, you lost the right to sell the team to anyone you want. So that's what's really going on now. The league's saying, do we own it or do we not own it? So, which leads us to the last part, is what will really stop this from happening. And I'm sorry to say, maybe it's going to be Gary Bettman and his plans. Since 1993, when he came to the league, the whole the ploy here was to try to make hockey more popular in the United States, and as a result, we lost a few Canadian teams and a few real natural hockey markets. I'll give you an example. Like he started in '93, and the league had already expanded to about 24 teams from 21. Nothing wrong with that. There was another team in Canada. There was a team in Tampa. I don't know why they put a team in Tampa. And they got 2 teams in Southern California. I guess it's a big market or whatever. So, 1993, he announces like another team for Southern California, Anaheim, but who's gonna say no to that guy, Michael Eisner? So he names the team after his movie or whatever. So yeah, here's money. Oh, you can have a team too. And then they put another team in Florida. I have no idea why they did that. And then, of course, a good hockey market like Minnesota, that goes under. 2 years later, Quebec, sorry, we don't have the money, we're going to Denver. And 1 year later, in Winnipeg, we don't have the money because the league is getting financially out of control. Boom, sorry, you're going to the desert. 1 year later, there's a WHA franchise, the Hartford. I guess they can't get an arena or whatever. The owner says, forget it. I'm going to Carolina. So, hockey's going to places where they don't know what snow is. And 1 year later, 1998, there's a team in Nashville. 1 year later after that, there's a team in Atlanta. And 1 year later after that, there's a team in Columbus. I never knew that they even knew what hockey was there. And then, of course, they put a team back in Minnesota because they realized what a fuck-up they made. So really you can see what the agenda has become here. The agenda is we're trying to sell hockey to the United States of America. It's not really working at all. I understand why you would expand hockey to large areas in the United States like Chicago, Detroit, New York, maybe a team or two in Southern California, not three, but a couple, maybe one team in Florida. But some of the larger places in the United States, like Texas, maybe like Houston or Dallas, I understand why you want to put teams in there. They're big markets and it's big money. And you can get fans up to come and see a game there. But trying to put a team in Nashville, it's useless. Putting these hockey in these small, crack house towns in the United States, it's just trying to appease American television interest, and a lot of Canadians feel really freaking betrayed by this. But I think the main factor is that Gary Bettman, he had this idea that he was going to make hockey, he was going to globalize it, and he's going to move it in the United States. He was going to get a big, television contract. None of those happened, and a lot of Canadian people, like I said, really freaking betrayed. And now that a few of these markets that he put there in the last couple of years, I'll give an example, Atlanta, Nashville, Phoenix, Florida, all these teams that came into the league in the last 7 or 8 years, and they're losing money hand over fist. And Gary's coming in there and he's trying to stop these relocations and the sell of these teams back to really where it belongs, which is much further north. And there is no real hockey market down there. And I think he's really trying to placate his ego, by not allowing this to happen. I don't think it has to do anything with common sense whatsoever. I think it has to do with who legally owns the team. He's trying real hard not to look foolish, and that's what's really gone on here. And Gary Bettman, I know, I'm sorry, buddy. I know you're really well educated. I know you have some kind of you have your degrees and you dealt with marketing, and I know you really tried to save those Canadian teams. Probably because there was a freaking revolt and people in Canada started to hate you, so he tried to placate us, but it's bullshit and we all know it. So stop trying to placate your own ego, put the teams back where they should be, and everything will be real fine here. In the NHL, we probably have a little too many teams, maybe about 3 or 4 too many, and to support. So I think you're really trying to serve the wrong market, and I really think the growth of the game is going to happen in Europe, and I think you should be really trying to expand over there with the KHL, trying to bring that into the fold, where places like Helsinki, Moscow, Czech Republic, Germany, those places have huge hockey markets, and you could really succeed over there if you decide to expand over there and move the teams out of the areas in the United States where definitely there is no market over there. They'd rather watch tractor pulling than really go to a hockey game. So keep to the big U.S. markets. Go to Europe. Bring some more hockey teams up here to Canada. Make sure everything stays economically in thing here. So you might as well keep this collective agreement over here. And you know what? Take Phoenix, move it to Hamilton, move St. Louis to the northwest, and Hamilton goes into the Central. Welcome to the NHL, Hamilton, but we'll see what happens, because I think it's about 25%. So that's my blog. I had to go real fast because I can't keep this video under 10 minutes. So rock and roll. Go Hamilton. Roll!